What are the issues confronting our community? Like, how often are we asking that? Parents are always trying to bring the best to their children. They want you to step out into the world in a way that's respectful, that's empowered, that is confident, that is expressive and creative, and all of those details. And yet there might be behaviors between your parents where you're like, well, you're telling me not to get into a fight, but you're always fighting. And so what am I actually learning about conflict management and conflict resolution? There are a lot of ways that we can be inconsistent in what our words are saying and what our actions are saying. And that alignment does really need to exist. So the reason I would say that this is all a problem is because of the fact that students are learning much more than what you are breaking down. Right? As an instructor, yes, I come into class and I am saying certain things, but everything that I am presenting in my attitude, in my personality, in my posture, in my volume, in my tone, in my jokes, all of those details, those are things that they're also absorbing. And they're going to take those lessons and apply them into their own dancing, into their own actions in daily life. And so that's why this is a problem. That's why I wanted to discuss it, is because I think we all need to take responsibility for our leadership. We are in positions, especially when we are instructors or teachers or speakers or presenters or employers or managers, parents or an older sibling or the friend that is in position to provide some kind of advice and guidance. These are all moments where we are in positions of leadership. We have a little bit of authority. Someone is looking to us for guidance. And if we don't take that responsibility beyond just answering a question, beyond just breaking down a movement, we are not being responsible leaders. So how can we be more responsible as leaders? One, are we aware of how we're showing up and what we're demonstrating? So timeliness. A lot of instructors talk about respect and yet might show up late. I remember actually doing a workshop series in New Jersey, and it was a 4-week series, spins workshops. And the first day, everyone had instructions. I sent out emails in advance saying, please arrive by this time, making sure that you've got 15 minutes to change your shoes and get ready so we can have an on-time start and we can maximize the time that we have together. And some people showed up late. Sure, there were some weather issues, and it was their first time maybe commuting to that particular studio. But after they arrived, stopped the class and told everyone, this is a matter of respect. And the way they've shown up to other classes, well, they're like, well, other instructors aren't so picky about this. I'm like, that's other instructors. And if that's how they want to conduct their classes, that's up to them. For me, you need to be here early to be on time. Being on time means you're already late. I'm sure we've heard that before in some setting. If you are on time, you are late. So really, you need to be early. And I explained it as it is a lack of respect. You are here, one, for yourself. You paid the money. Why wouldn't you maximize your hour or whatever duration of the class there is? Why wouldn't you maximize that time? Two, it is a disrespect to the instructor because they've already started their class. Maybe they were even waiting for you. Maybe you were the one person that wasn't there that was registered and they're waiting for you to start. So now you're delaying everything for the instructor too. Or you're coming in late once the instructor has already started and you have now interrupted the flow of the class. And the instructor now has to take some time. And then you are also disrupting the students who are there learning, because it's very easy to get distracted. So if I'm a student in a classroom, the instructor is teaching and someone walks through the door, you don't think I'm going to turn around and look to see who that is. And now I've lost focus. Now I have to regain focus, but now I'm also curious. What is this person doing? Is this person actually taking this class? Oh, they're changing their shoes. Interesting shoes that they're wearing. It is a disrespect on so many levels. And so when I talk about it, the reason I talk about it is because the dance is not just about the moves that we do. It is about how we treat each other and how we show up. And that respect in timeliness and punctuality is something that I believe in, because I think that way of showing respect to each other can then flow into other areas of your life too. Posture, how we're showing up. I've talked to many of my students. If you've ever been in my workshops, when I start breaking something down or I'm going on a philosophical deep dive of movement or connection or something like that, where you yourself as a student are not doing any type of movement, I've often said, don't stand with your weight in a hip. Don't stand with your hands in your pockets. Don't stand with your hands crossed across your chest, because it's closed body language. It is lazy body language. It's resting body language. You are here to learn. Maximize your moment, maximize your time here, and maximize your ability to take in information by making sure your entire body is fully present. And that is displayed in your posture. Attitude. It's another thing. If I came in talking down to everybody with my posture and an air of arrogance, like nose in the air and saying, oh, you guys are never going to be as good as me. Well, what is that actually communicating? Sure, the people will stay in the class to learn the moves, but what are they going to leave with? They'll leave with the moves that I taught and the attitude that a good instructor and a good dancer, a professional, has to have attitude. And I don't want people to do that. So I always try to be aware of how I'm showing up and making sure that my attitude and my energy and my vibe is warm, welcoming, inviting, humble, connected with people, so that you can see as a student that even though I'm here on the stage, even though I'm the instructor here, even though I'm the professional here, that I am just like you as a person, and I deserve respect and you deserve respect. I deserve kindness, you deserve kindness. I will not berate anybody. So those are some of the ways, one of the steps in kind of solving the challenges that we see in our students, in our community, is by espousing them, making sure that we step onto the stage in the limelight, whatever that is, whether it's one person or 1,000, that we're always showing up in a way that we can say, yes, this is an example you can follow. Irina said, glad to see you again. I know you from Cluj, from TSF. The topics you tackle helped me from an emotional point of view and give me confidence because I can better understand what dance means and I can be more attentive to myself and my partners. It's a kind of therapy. A perfect example, because of course I didn't go there to talk about that. I went there to teach some moves. I had classes that were designed to break down certain concepts and techniques in dance. And yet, if this is what one of my students is able to leave with, that it helped tackle some of the challenges that she is facing, and that she felt more confident and understands what it means to be more attentive and connected to your partner, that is great. Because those are the hidden lessons that come from the way we communicate and the way we express ourselves and the way we teach and the way we just stand, the way we are present in any room, in any environment. Another way that we can be more responsible as leaders is not just reflecting on the dance, not just reflecting on improving our skills, our techniques, our own art form, and our teaching, but understanding that we need to reflect on the community as well. So what are the issues confronting our community? Like, how often are we asking that? Right? As instructors, and even for me, I'll speak from experience. When I first started dancing, all I was thinking was, oh, I know how to do this, so I'm going to go out and teach people how to do this. This is what people say I'm really good at, so I'm going to really figure that out, break that down, and that's going to be my workshop. Eventually, I started to assess the community. What is my community struggling with? Where do I feel the community could use some assistance? One of those places was the lead and follow dynamic. There was a very one-sided approach to this relationship on the dance floor, and I believe that there should be a dual-sided approach, that both parties should have an interest in contributing and an ability to adapt to whatever their partner brings to the table. And so that became my focus. The other element of it was seeing people who started, as they became better and better in the dance, to build an attitude, to create an attitude in their dancing, or all of a sudden start to ostracize other people that were at a lower level of dance than them. And so that became another issue to me too. And so in my workshops, I talk about that. I talk about your level of skill is not reflected in the way you dress or the air that you carry and the attitude that you show other people. Your level of skill is in how you connect with other people. The better you get, reality means the better you can connect with anyone and everyone. As beginner dancers, maybe we are only good at dancing and connecting with other beginners, but as intermediates, we should be able to connect with beginners and intermediates. As advanced, we should be able to connect with beginners, intermediate, and advanced. As professionals, well, hell, we should be able to connect with every bloody style of dance in person. That's what that's about. It's not about saying I'm too good to be connected with any of these people except my own. It's about saying I have reached this level that allows me to connect with everybody. And so I talk about those things because I started to see that as an issue in our community. So what are you, as instructors or as leaders in your community, whatever that may be, and that could even be just as a lead and as a follow. You are in that relationship providing guidance about what this relationship means. So what do you see in the community, and what are the issues, and how would you tackle them?